that some of you guys, may be contemplating the day that you can leave your job, right? And some of you guys, it's like way in the back of your head, right? You may think about it, but you don't think it's real enough, or it can happen, right? So some of the things, I just want to tell you guys some things that you really can do while you're at your job, kind of preparing yourself to leave, right? Your exit strategy, right? Your exit plan, right? So one of the first things that I did, and honestly, I didn't do it as a part of an exit strategy. I just did it as a part of helping my business grow. So yes, I did used to be at my job, at my office job, and I'm a real proactive person, right? So my work was always done. I meant way ahead of time. I'm not talking about a week. I'm not talking about a month. Like, we could have a campaign for December. Normally, everything is done by June, July. So like my job was real relaxed because my work was always done, right? That really gave me a lot of time to work on stuff. Whatever I wanted to work on, whether that was business stuff, whether that was playing around in Facebook, whether that was booking trips, or I just had so much idle time on my hands, right? And I got bored. After 8 years, I just got seemingly bored. And I still thought I was going to be with this company for another 7 years, at least until my daughter was not grown, but going off to college or something. So I had no idea I was going to leave. But one of the things I did do, which I could tell you guys to go ahead and do, hey, Tamika, is while you're there, if you have any kind of time, via lunch break or anything like that, you really want to use that time to work on your business stuff. Whatever you're trying to scale your business, however you're trying to up level your business, right? That is the best time that you can really work on your business stuff. A lot of you guys say, I ask you guys, like, if you had an extra hour, what would you do? Some of you guys say you would sleep. Well, I wouldn't recommend you sleeping at work, right? But some of you guys say you would do different things in your business. Some of you guys say you would do something creative. And yes, definitely, if you had an extra hour of time, definitely use it according to however you would want. But if you really want your business to be successful, I will ultimately be spending it on my business, right? Or whatever area of my life where I feel like it needs improving, right? And business is always going to be, it's one of those things. It's never going to be perfect. It always can use some kind of improvement, right? So even if it's something as simple as taking a course, right? Or reading up on, I'm reading a book, right? It's not even in here, but I'm reading a book right now. Yes, it is. It's right here. Amazing book, right? I've been reading this book since I left Vegas, a week or so ago. Amazing book. Amazing stuff in there, right? Do I have a lot of time to just sit down and read the book? No, but I find little tidbits. I read it on a plane, right? I read it before going to bed while I was in the hotel, right? But that is something that's really going to get me mentally prepared for this next big step in my business, right? So one of my things I definitely would say, I did it too, and it worked. It worked so fast. It was ridiculous. When you have free time, and you don't even realize it's free time, work on your business aspects of whatever you feel like you need improving. If it's your marketing, work on it. If it's your social media platforms, work on it. If you don't have a business plan as of yet, work on it. At least you can start writing down your little tidbits and your notes and all of the little important things that you ultimately going to have to do or implement in your business for it to get to the level you want it to get to. That's the perfect time. Also, mornings, use your mornings wisely. Those that know me, no, I am not a morning person. I am not. I am not. But when I have something normally if I have something that's just a pressing issue in my business, or I'm going to bed thinking about it, I'm waking up thinking about it, I feel almost guilty the next morning. Because I normally get up about 10 a.m., right? I would feel so guilty the next morning if I'm getting up at 10 or 11 and I still had these pressing issues on my heart or on my head, right? I make sure that either I go to bed and kind of find clarity, or I get up extra early. There's no way I can sleep and these issues are unresolved, right? And if I wake up at that time and I've still got these things, I'm like, wow, really? People up going on lunch break right about now, and I still got these issues that I'm dealing with, right? So I make it my business to get up extra early. I even did that when I was working in corporate, right? It was something I had to do or whatever, and it didn't rest with me well at night. I would get up just for that day though. I would get up late the next day. But that day, I wouldn't mind getting up at 7, 6:30 to just tackle this issue, right? Because that's just time that, I'm not stealing it from anyone else. That's my time. I get to spend it how I want. So that's good time when I used to really the house still sleep. That's just good time. So I'm trying to really develop into that lifestyle every day. I'm not there yet. I'm still a work in progress. But like steal those segments that's yours. Like spend it how you want. Work on your business stuff. And really, if you still is at work, but your plan is an exit strategy, like you do want to leave, honestly, the longer runway you have, the more prepared you'll be, the better decisions you'll make. If you're like, your job ready, do some cuts or some layoffs in 2 months, 3 months, like now you're really kind of under the pressure and won't be able to make some really clear, decisive decisions, right? Or clear decisions, right? So hey Karen, the longer stretchway you have, the better you can prepare. But if you're just sitting around, you constantly going to work, and if you know that thing is going to end one day, this is your time to really get to kind of get the start that you're going to need to have. You don't want to, now job is ending, let's just say next week, or let's just say job ended, right? Now you have to you still got to do it. But now you don't have the leeway that you could have had, right? You could have had. Or, if you better prepared when you knew it was happening, or you just, even if the thought pop in your head, I'm telling you, manifestation is so powerful. Soon as the thought plants in your head that you like, I don't want to work here anymore, or I can't do this anymore, or this is just too much, I want to work for myself. You need to start now putting in a plan. I don't care if the plan is 2 years from now. If you don't make it real and put a date on it, you're going to be working and saying the same exact thing for the rest of your days. Honestly, that's how it works. It gets so serious when you put a date on it and you start working towards that date. If your date is in 2021, let's just say in 2 years, you still can effectively start making sound decisions now, how to prepare for that when it comes, right? As opposed to, it come now what I'm gonna do? Ooh, oh God, like it happens, right? I'm telling you, it happens. It happens. So I want you guys to kind of realize that. Start taking little bits of time that you can. Like it's your time. Do it, however you need. And it's best to do it alone. Do it quietly, right? Do it quietly because you need time to just sit and think of. And you got to think of your whole life. Like, how is this going to affect your whole life? How is it going to affect your marriage? How is it going to affect your kids? How is it going to affect your other obligations, right? If you're on other committees or wherever you're spending the bulk of your time, like how is it going to affect you? Truthfully, how is it going to affect you? Because you're going to go through some emotional changes. It's going to that is going to happen, right? But then you need to really put pillars in your life, like some kind of, if it's a community, right? Or maybe it's a colleague and you guys are on this, it's really good when you compare up with someone that has the same goals, right? So that kind of stuff is like great stuff. And Jennifer, that's perfect. Like that's the best thing you could possibly do, because no one wants to take this big jump milestone in one time, right? You just take baby steps. I tell everyone I talk to, all of my communities, baby steps is still growth. Now, I can't really measure your success. You can't measure my success, because whatever I determine successful is for me, right? So baby steps is still growth, as long as you're ultimately walking toward the island, whatever your island is, right? Whatever that big thing that you are, that is it. That's how you know you made it, or that's how you feel like you've made it, right? Long as you're taking tidbit steps towards that goal, then you're on the right path. No one can really steer you off of your destination or your journey but you. So Jennifer, you're doing it. As long as you're doing working daily to get things on track, you're ultimately where you're going to end up. The length of the journey is dependent upon you, but as long as you're walking towards it, eventually you're going to get there. So that's all you need to know. So if at this point you are still doing everything in your business, which is ultimately hurting your business, or how about you're scared to ask for the sale and you're really hiding for money without even realizing it, I need you to check out one of these videos because it's amazing, great content. So I'll see you in the next video.